What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel in another video. I did get a new camera here recently, so if this looks a little different, I'm still adjusting to all the different settings and everything like that, but the picture should be better. So give me a few videos here to get used to this and things will get a little bit better as far as the image goes. But what I wanted to go over today with you guys is my top 3 mods under $900. So as you remember in the last couple videos, we did a full walk around and full build list. Now of course every budget is different. I wanted to do a video here of the top 3 mods I would consider if I only had $900, you know, top 3 mods that I would look at to really improve the capability of the Jeep, the looks, just really everything for under $900. So let's go ahead and dive right into my top 3 mods that I would do under $900. All right, guys, so for the first one here, and again, these are in no particular order, so no order here, just my top 3. First one here is definitely going to be the LOD sliders. Now, the reason I would choose these as one of these top 3 is because there's so much value, so much strength, and so much you get for the price of these sliders. And let's go ahead and dive right into why I chose these as one of my top 3. Alright guys, so the first reason that I chose the LOD sliders as one of the ones on this list is because of the strength and just the quality that you get out of these sliders. So these are frame mounted sliders. Now what I mean by that is very obvious here. They're mounted to the frame, which adds a ton of strength when it comes to, you know, going over obstacles and everything like that. Now it also adds strength for a step as well. So it allows you to step on it with the full weight of whoever passenger's in your vehicle, and it causes no issues. So that's a big advantage right there. And I know a step seems like a small thing that you would add, to really add convenience to your Jeep. But like I've said in previous videos, when you lift this Jeep and you put bigger tires on it, it is harder to get into, and your passengers are probably going to have something to say about that. So as you can see here, guys, these are mounted in a couple different spots here on the frame. Now the reason the frame is a better spot to mount these versus on, a body mount or something like that is because the frame, when it's mounted to the frame directly, it allows very minimal movement when you're, sliding across a rock or you're hitting an obstacle. There's very minimal movement, if any at all, when it comes to a frame mounted slider. And as you've seen in previous videos, and something I've mentioned in previous videos, is how the cheap sliders I had previously that were not frame mounted ruined the side of my Jeep. So I have it covered up now with those Evo rock skins that you've seen in previous videos, but some pretty big dents that were caused by non-frame mounted sliders. So it's definitely something that you want to look at, definitely something that adds a lot of strength, a lot of function to your Jeep, even if you're on small tires. So that's why it's such a great mod under $900, and one that I would very, very heavily consider if I were starting out fresh with only $900 for my first mod. And another reason here too, and this one's really subjective, but just the look of them. I think they look super good on the Jeep, especially for the strength and the function that they add for them to look good as well is a big advantage. So that's just something you want to consider as well with a modification. You want it to look good, you want it to function good, and this definitely checks all the boxes that you're looking for right there. And of course that is subjective as well, but again, I love the look of these sliders. Now I was also going to put VKS on this same, first mod thing too, along with the LOD sliders, because I love both of them, but VKS does not make parts anymore, so I couldn't put them on here because you can't buy them right now unless you buy them used. But I love the VKS sliders. There's a lot of other quality sliders on the market. These are not the only ones, but I included them on my list because there's something I have on my Jeep, something I've had great experience with, and a product that comes in under $900 with a great value. So I would highly recommend the LOD, but again, it's not the only brand that you can look at when it comes to frame-mounted sliders. Now for the next one, guys, this one is a very important modification and something I didn't realize was so important until I actually started using it, and that's going to be this worn winch right here. So having a winch on your Jeep is such a huge advantage, especially if you're someone like me, where you go wheeling alone more often than you go with groups. And I know it's not the smartest thing to do, but sometimes if you want to enjoy wheeling and you want to go out and do it, you don't want to have to wait for a group to come with you. Just get out there and explore, and that's something that I like to do. You know, when I have a free day, I like to just get out there and go. I don't like to wait on a group or, you know, any of that stuff. So it's just nice having that winch there. It's an extra added security and a big boost of confidence as well when you're off-road. And I have already had to use this winch a few times now, and it has worked absolutely phenomenal. So I have zero complaints with this. This is the Warn VR Evo 10 winch. Now, this one is their cheaper line, but still has the Warn name, which I really like. And I'll say this thing is very well made. I've been very impressed with the function, the speed, everything like that, especially at the price point. Previously, I always went with cheaper winches because I didn't want to, you know, spend the money. I didn't find the value in a winch like I do now. And I used to buy, like, you know, the $300, $400 winches, and even like $200 winches. I once had a cheaper one in here I got on Facebook Marketplace. Never really had the confidence that it was going to work. It was just something that if it was there, and, you know, if I had to use it, I could try to use it. But going wheeling more and more and getting deeper involved into this sport, you realize that you need something that's better quality. You know, even if it's just the Warn cheaper line, something that's going to provide more value to you and more confidence to you when you're off-road. Coming in at $600, or actually I think it's about $700 for the synthetic line, which I would highly recommend. But that is a great value for a winch that performs the way this one does and also has the quality pieces that this one does. So I would highly recommend the Warn VR Evo 10S winch, especially if you plan on going off-roading. This is a fantastic mod to do under $900 that's going to provide a lot of value and a lot of confidence for you when you're using your Jeep. Alright guys, and for number 3, have to go with the Evo tire carrier here. Now, the reason I included the tire carrier in here is because this is something you can do at any stage of your build and it makes sense, you know, because you're upgrading your Jeep, you're going with bigger tires usually. So it's very important that you upgrade this tire carrier because you don't want to be driving around without a spare. You know, you can, but it is sketchy. I'd rather have the spare on there, especially when you're wheeling for, you know, a whole day or something like that. And this, as you can see, this Evo tire carrier, very, very well made. These hinges, very well made. It adds so much strength to the back of this Jeep and gives you the confidence to run a 37 with a beadlock, which is a very, very heavy combination. Now, along with strength, you're also going to get adjustability, which is such a big deal when it comes to a tire carrier because, like I said, when you're going through different phases of your build, it's so important to know that, you know, if you're upgrading to 35s, 37s, you're not going to be spending tons of money buying adjustable parts for the rear here. All of this is already adjustable, which makes it so much easier for when you're upgrading over time. So that's a big deal right there for different offsets, different tire sizes, things like that. A big advantage that comes in this one package for under $900. Now, another added feature you get is going to be a flag antenna mount, which is already built into this tire carrier. Now, why is that such a big deal? Because not every Jeep is going to have a perfect spot to mount something like that. So as you can see, I'm running the Evo rear fascia here. I had to drill a hole in there, and when I had the flag in there, I could not open my tailgate when off-road. So having this new tire carrier that already has this built in is just such a big deal. And you can see it too here. Let me pan down just a little bit. You can see already built right into the carrier. Such a great value for such a, you know, quality piece here. So I would highly recommend the Evo 10S the Evo tire carrier for your Jeep JK. Again, under $900. This is an absolute steal that's going to last you through the whole build of your Jeep, no matter what you're doing to it. And another thing I really like about this tire carrier is the one-piece design. I believe it adds a ton of strength to the back here. Now, I believe Evo also mentions that the one piece is a stronger design on their website. But yeah, it looks like it adds a lot more strength, but it reduces the risk of having anything break. Like, if a bolt is holding on part of your carrier, like some of the two-piece designs, like let's say the Terraflex, which again is a great option, not bashing the Terraflex, but the one-piece design to me, one, looks better, two, definitely looks a lot stronger. Looks like it adds a lot of strength to the rear of the tailgate here. So absolutely love the one-piece design. And like I said, this is such a great option if you're going to be, using a rear spare tire on here, because it adds so much strength. You can even run a 40 on this tire carrier here. So definitely recommend the Evo. You can't go wrong when it comes to Evo parts. Now, another thing to mention here, guys, is I did do a video review on, I believe, all three of these mods. I'm not sure if I did one on the Warren Winch, but I'll also link those in the description, and hopefully I'll be able to do it at the end of this video as well. So stay tuned for the end of the video to see the full review that I've done on these mods that are in my top 3. So definitely check that out too, because it'll give you a more well-rounded picture of why I chose these 3 and why I find so much value in these 3 mods for under $900. And there is an honorable mention that I do want to add as well, and that's going to be the SMittyboat Cage. Now, I'm also going to throw in the Rock Hard 4x4 cage, because you can also get that for under $900. But the best value is definitely going to be the SMittyboat Cage, because you're going to get the whole entire set, so front and rear, for under $800. So that's a really great value. It'll add strength. It'll add some really nice bracing to your already existing cage, which is a big advantage, especially if you're off-roading and you're doing some really obstacles that are like up and down. It just gives you that confidence. If you do roll over, you're going to be a little bit more protected than you would with the stock cage. Now, another great advantage to that is it does look so sick in the Jeep. Let me just show you a quick shot of what the SMittyboat Cage looks like, just in case you haven't seen my previous videos. All right, guys, so here's just a quick shot of the SMittyboat Cage, and as you can see, it just really looks so cool in the Jeep, but it also adds some nice bracing, some nice strength, as you can see up here, and also up top in the rear as well. So another great option for you guys if you're looking to modify your Jeep under $900. This is another great solution that you can think about. That's a little bit different from the other ones that I mentioned as well. Alright guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Again, just wanted to go over my top 3 mods that I would do if I only had $900. So those are the 3 mods that I would consider if I were you, with a fresh build or even just in the middle of your build and looking to modify for under $900. Those are 3 great solutions that will last you the length of the build on your Jeep, something you will not have to replace. They'll add to the strength, they'll add to the capability of your Jeep, and they'll also help you when you're off-road. But again, if you own a Jeep and you're modifying it, you're usually using it off-road. So 3 really big, great options here for you guys. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, drop them down below. And again, guys, I'm sorry if the footage isn't that great. I'm adjusting to this new camera. Hopefully this will make videos better, within the next few weeks as I get used to this. But again, guys, I thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more Jeep and off-road content, and I will see you guys in the next one.